In the dawn of humanity, long before the world we know today, a sacred bond was forged, a pact between humankind and the wild. It was a relationship built on respect, necessity, and a deep understanding of the natural world. This is the story of hunting and fishing, not as sport, but as a timeless tradition, a spiritual journey that has sustained our ancestors for millennia and continues to connect us to the very essence of life itself. For countless generations, survival was a dance with the seasons. Our ancestors didn't just live on the land. They were part of it. They learned to read the subtle language of the forest and the rivers. The snap of a twig, the ripple on the water's surface, the direction of the wind, each was a word, a sentence in a conversation with nature. This intimate knowledge was the most vital tool they possessed, passed down from elder to child, not in books, but through stories, practice, and shared experience. Imagine a hunter moving silently through the dense undergrowth. His tools are not the high-tech gadgets of the modern era, but extensions of nature itself. A bow carved from the heartwood of a yew tree, its string woven from animal sinew. Arrows fletched with feathers, their tips painstakingly napped from flint or obsidian. Each tool was a masterpiece of natural engineering, created with a purpose and a prayer. The act of making these tools was a ritual, a way of honoring the animals that would eventually provide sustenance. The hunt itself was a profound test of patience and skill. It wasn't about dominance, but about becoming one with the environment. It required days of tracking, studying the habits of the prey, and understanding its place in the ecosystem. The hunter had to think like the deer, feel the currents like the salmon. When the moment finally came, it was swift, respectful, and born of necessity. A life was taken so that others could live. And in this exchange, nothing was wasted. Every part of the animal was used the meat for food, the hide for clothing and shelter, the bones for tools and ornaments. It was the ultimate expression of gratitude. This deep respect extended to the water's edge. Fishing was more than just casting a line. It was a dialogue with the rivers and oceans. Ancient fishermen wove intricate nets from plant fibers and carved hooks from bone and shell. They built weirs, ingenious structures of rock and wood, designed to guide fish into contained areas, allowing for a selective harvest that ensured the long-term health of the fish population. They knew the spawning cycles, the lunar phases that influence the tides, and the specific habitats where different species thrive. In many cultures, fishing was, and still is, a deeply spiritual practice. For coastal peoples, the ocean was a powerful deity, a giver of life that demanded reverence. Before setting out, fishermen would offer prayers and gifts, asking for safe passage and a bountiful catch. The return to shore with a full net was a cause for community celebration, a reaffirmation of the sacred pact between the people and the sea. These traditions weren't just about food. They were about identity, community, and a spiritual connection to the forces that shaped their world. The cultural significance of these practices is woven into the fabric of societies across the globe. Cave paintings from 40,000 years ago depict vivid hunting scenes, telling stories of courage and survival. Myths and legends are filled with tales of heroic hunters and wise fishermen who outsmarted powerful spirits of the wild. These stories serve as both entertainment and education, reinforcing the values of respect, patience, and the importance of ecological balance. The hunter and the fisherman were not just providers. They were keepers of ancient knowledge, spiritual leaders, and the living link between their community and the natural world. Today, in a world of industrial agriculture and global supply chains, it's easy to feel disconnected from the source of our food. We've traded the deep personal knowledge of the land for the convenience of the supermarket. But the old ways are not lost. They persist in indigenous communities that continue to practice their ancestral traditions, maintaining a delicate balance with their environment. They live on in the hearts of modern hunters and anglers who seek not just a trophy, but a deeper connection to the wild. These modern practitioners are becoming crucial guardians of conservation. They understand that a healthy ecosystem is essential for a healthy harvest. Through their efforts, habitats are restored and wildlife populations are managed sustainably. They are the inheritors of an ancient ethos: to take only what you need, to use all that you take, and to leave the wilderness better than you found it. They are rediscovering the symbiotic relationship that our ancestors knew so well, that to care for nature is to care for ourselves. The spiritual connection is perhaps the most enduring legacy of these traditions. There is a profound sense of peace and belonging that comes from sitting silently in a forest at dawn, or feeling the gentle pull of a river's current. It's a feeling of being a small but significant part of something vast and ancient. It's a reminder that we are not separate from nature, but intrinsically linked to its rhythms and its fate. This connection nourishes the soul in a way that modern life often cannot. It grounds us, humbles us, and fills us with a sense of wonder. The techniques may evolve, and the tools may change, but the spirit of the traditional hunter and fisherman remains the same. It is a spirit of respect, of gratitude, and of a deep, abiding love for the wild places of the earth. It is a legacy carved in bone, written on the water, and carried on the wind. By looking back at these age-old traditions, we don't just learn about the past. We find a blueprint for a more sustainable and meaningful future. A future where we remember our place within the great, beautiful web of life. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into our shared human heritage.